Wait till you see what I've got here. I've decided to drive into Levisham. I've parked the car and then I've walked 20 minutes or so to a landmark called Skelton Tower. I'm just going to show you it. It looks awesome. Look at that. And wait till you see this as well. Just going to walk around the back of it and view. It's literally a sheer drop around the back of this. I'll show you this. Look at that. Train track. Going around. Look at that. Jesus. That's pretty much a sheer drop. Oh, don't get too close to the edge. Step down here. And then that, just over there, is a sheer drop. So if you don't like heights, then I won't recommend this location. But basically my idea is to set up a foreground tripod here. I'll probably be a bit wider field than what I've got on this camera at the moment, but I have the tower there. As you can see, all walls demolished in as well on this side here, which is even better, I think. So I can light paint all inside there, potentially anyway, see how it looks. So you'll have that Milky Way rising roughly around here somewhere. It might be behind it, but I can come always a little bit to this side if I need to, do you know what I mean? But my plan is, I think what I'm going to do is take my foreground shots here and then I might move somewhere for the track sky shots. The Milky Way can't rise until about, I don't know, 2 in the morning, 1:45 maybe, something like that. So yeah, and there's a few hills here, so I don't want to risk setting up here and then like some core be blocked by hills in distance. I want to try and get as much at core as I can in, as close to horizon as I can get. So there's a location I can drive, it's not too far from here, and get my sky shots, and I'll have plenty of time to get there. I have to do my foreground shots at start at night as well. Yeah, just check this out. Tour of the tower. Might even take a foreground shot like this through here, potentially. Obviously, you got your sky, potentially Milky Way should be rising pretty much there, the Milky Way core. That's why I want to move somewhere else for track sky, because you've got this little mound here. But somewhere around there, Milky Way core should be rising, roughly, if I've got my bearings right, anyway. So yeah, maybe a shot like that. Maybe a bit closer, like I was before. Not sure, we'll see. Yeah, nice location. So yeah, we'll play around with some foregrounds and take it from there, I think. Right, so I'm just about to start doing my foreground shots. The sun's just setting, but I don't have much ground to work with behind this tower. It's literally just this patch of grass here, and then there's a 200-foot drop. So, yeah, not a lot to work with. This is exactly why you don't just rock up to a location in the middle of the night without being here first in day, because if I just turned up here in the middle of the night, I'd have no idea there were a 200-foot drop literally 5 feet away. So, yeah, if you're doing any of this, try and get there in day so you can scout about, make sure everything's safe and you're good to go. But yeah, I'm thinking a few different places down here on this patch of grass. Get the tower from a few different angles. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. But yeah, sun's just set. Nice sunset. Even seen a couple of trains go past on track. A couple of locomotives. Go on. But yeah, let's have it. There she is. I've been thinking whether I'm going to stay here and track the sky from here or if I'm going to go somewhere else. I'm 80% sure I'll be all right here, and that hill over to the side won't get in the way of the Milky Way core. Let me just have another look. So yeah, I'm sure Milky Way is going to rise round there somewhere, like the core, and it'll arch then over there, over top of that. It's mainly the core I'm after, just like that part. But I'm also 20% unsure that that mound will get in the way. The core in the UK literally skims the horizon, so I want a clear horizon as much as possible so I can get as much of that core as I can. So yeah, I think just because I'm not 100%, I think I'm just going to do the sky shots somewhere else where I know it's going to be a flat horizon. I think I might go to where I did the Orion constellation and went to Milky Way, where there were those boulders and the two chunks missing out of the wall. I might go back there because it's not far from here at all. It's like 10, 15 minute drive, if that. So I'll get my foreground shots done here, do some blue hour foreground shots, wait till it gets a bit darker, do some light painting on this, and then just get everything packed up and head back to that location where I know it's a clear horizon for the south and the southeast. So yeah, I think I'm just going to play it safe and do that, and it's not worth the risk. I'm just going to make sure, obviously, everything's going to be true to life as I always do. The Milky Way icing down the side of this building, so you'll have this with Milky Way outside of it in my shots, exactly how it would be to the eye if you're here. So yeah, good times. Let's get set up and have another nosy around this, mate. Look at these steps. That's an health and safety risk if ever I've seen one. Look at that. What's all this? Pretty sure I shouldn't be on here. So now I'm onto the sky shots. Well, I'm not onto the sky shots just yet, but I'm just set up getting ready for the sky shots. The foreground of the Skelton Tower were looking really good. I wanted to stay there, but I wasn't sure if that big hill were going to block the Milky Way core. So I'm not sure how it come across on camera, but it was huge. It was like a mountain. So I didn't want to risk that getting in the way at Milky Way core. So I've come to the part of the Moors. I'm not far from where I did the Orion shot, like I mentioned, with the Winter Milky Way. I'm just down the road from there. I'm over from Flyingdale's RAF base, which it's nice and flat, horizon literally all the way around me. But there's a few lights on the RAF base. They're not bad, not major, but I'm hoping they don't wash out any Milky Way core. I don't think they will, to be honest. But yeah, it's I can just start to see Milky Way now. Actually, looking at that, I don't know if you'll see it on camera. I think it's actually probably above where I've put the framing on the camera, but it's only faint at minute, just because it's lower to horizon, so it's harder to see when it's low on horizon. It's the Cygnus region that I'm starting to see, and there is a moon. The moon has been up. It's only a small moon, but that's setting now as well. So once that sets, it's going to get even darker, which is good. But yeah, I'm just waiting now till about, I think about 2 o'clock in the morning. I think I'm going to start tracking Milky Way core. I'm going to point my camera over there, and hopefully I can get some good Milky Way shots. You can tell that it's getting closer to summer. It's not quite as cold. I mean, it's still freezing, don't get me wrong, but it's not as bad. Oh, earlier I was absolutely red hot though when I walk in. Well, when I was walking to the Skelton Tower, I think I picked the hottest day of the year so far to do that. 20-minute walk with massive backpack on, with alt gear in. And then a 20-minute walk of just in a shooting star. That was quality. Just a shame camera's facing that way. Yeah, 20-minute walk back then. In pitch black dark, which was an experience. Trekking over at Moors in pitch black darkness. Yeah, I lost path at one point. It was next to me. I must have walked 10 minutes, just in long grass, not knowing where the path was. I know we're heading in right direction towards my car, so no what far off. And then all of a sudden, I saw a path literally like a foot beside of me. I'm like, oh, path's there. But yeah, pitch black, trekking through Moors. Yeah, and I was red hot as well. Middle at night. But yeah, it's definitely cooled down now. I've got about an hour, I think, maybe less, until 2 o'clock. And then it's showtime. It's like waiting around for everything to happen in space of 30 minutes. Hopefully, it all goes well. Right, so it's night sky tour time. So you've got the Milky Way. Can't you be able to see? Just there. It's going up. If you can make that out. And then obviously it moves up here. Through there. And then arches over. You can still see it going around here. And we're going into the fainter part now, where Cassiopeia is. Arches down. Ah. It's looking quite red over there. I wonder if that's Aurora. That's north. Unless it's air glow. Maybe I should pop my camera and see what happens. But that does look quite red to me. It's Aurora. It's definitely Aurora. I've turned my camera light off just so I can see Aurora better, and so camera can pick up the Aurora better as well. That's probably why you can't see me. I'm gonna rush and get the Canon 6D before I get it on the car, and hopefully I can get an image at Cassiopeia region at Milky Way coming down into that massive glow of red light from Aurora. It's insane. Woo-hoo-hoo. What a sight. So that's the RAF base. You can see the little light over there, but it's not making a massive impact on Milky Way. I can still see it coming down. Camera's picking it up and we're tracking as well, so I'm going to track it for about 15 minutes, and then the sun's going to be, well, it's not going to be rising, but the sky will start to get lighter. The sun gets closer to the horizon. So true darkness ends at like 20 to 2:45 or something like that tonight. But yeah, mad rush. I'm hoping to track it for a bit longer, but when that aurora kicking off, I was just all over the place. In fact, I'm not even sure if it's still going. It still might be. Sky, I couldn't see it with naked eye. I want a massive aurora storm. Don't get me wrong. It wasn't huge. It was just the camera that was picking it up. The sky looked a bit lighter over there. It still does, to be fair. I think it might still be going on. So I can see like a red haze, so I reckon it is still going. No structure. It's just a bit of a haze. Yeah. In fact, you know what? Let's turn this around and let's see. Milky Way. Whew. Seems on toast. Yeah, it's still there a little bit. It's a little bit of purple in the sky. So you've got you've got Aurora there. What a night. Cassiopeia Milky Way into the Cygnus region at Milky Way. So Aurora, Cassiopeia into the Cygnus region at Milky Way. That arches over, and then your core skims horizon, opens up into the core. Most of the core is below horizon. Obviously, it's too low down to see because it's affected by light pollution. But that's why you're better off going to like Tenerife or La Palma or just anywhere near equator, or Australia. If you're in Australia, Milky Way core's directly above you. So that's on my to-do list as well. But yeah, look at that. Milky Way core opens up. Cygnus region, Milky Way, into Cassiopeia region, and then just to top it off, Aurora. Oh, quality. So I don't know where to point my camera. I do not know where to point my camera. It's just, what a night. What a night. I've kept the camera light off, as you've probably noticed, because you can't see me, just see my silhouette. But it's just because I want to see Milky Way, and I want the camera to pick up the Aurora and Milky Way as good as it can without there being a light on as well. So, but yeah, what a night. My favourite part at night sky. Well, in fact, my favourite part at night sky is probably below horizon because it's rest at core. But from UK, that's my favourite part at night sky. Oh, what a night, what a day. I got to Skelton Tower. Not sure what time it was. About 5 o'clock. And now it's currently about 2:30 in the morning. So yeah, it's been a long one. Aurora's still going strong. It's the first time I've caught the live view of Aurora using this camera as well. So yeah, pretty buzzing about that. Tonight I've also I'm using, I've not even mentioned, I'm using a brand new lens that I've bought. The Sigma Art 24mm lens. It's supposed to be an absolute beast. So yeah, I bought that. I can use the 14mm and the 24mm, but I've used all my shots, even my foreground shots at Skelton Tower. I've used the 24mm lens tonight. So looking forward to seeing how those shots turn out. I can definitely see. People say you can't see it about naked eye. They're talking rubbish. When I were at Sutton Bank last year on 10th of October, I could see green pillars, red pillars from horizon to horizon. It was unreal, that. But this obviously isn't a massive aurora storm. It's just a little red glow I can see on the horizon. But I can definitely see red with naked eye. It comes and goes. Obviously, it's getting stronger. When it gets stronger, you can see the red. When it dies down a bit, it's more of like a haze, like a grey haze. But that aurora storm last year, well, both of them, the one on 10th of May, one on 10th of October. I have images on my channel. If you look back, you'll see them, but they were unreal. Absolutely unreal. Still tracking away. Not sure what time it is actually. Oh, 20 to 3. So I think the sun will be rising fairly soon. Well, I keep saying sun rising. It's not rising for another hour, maybe, but the sky will start to get lighter in the next 3 minutes or so. Yeah, I can definitely see that now with naked eye, coming down and opening up there to the core. Oh, honestly, get yourself to a dark sky. If you haven't, just message me if you're not sure when to go or where to go, and I'll tell you. But you've got to see a dark sky if you haven't. Tracking's finished. I'm now doing my dark frames. I usually take 20 dark frames. They said to take 15 or 20. So yeah, lens cap's on, and I'm shooting those now. And then I'm packing up and going home, and that's it. So Aurora's still going. I can still see Milky Way as well. So yeah, great night, brilliant night. Really glad I came out. There was a bit of hazy cloud while sun were up still when I was at Skelton Tower, but it was forecast to clear, and it has. Perfect. My camera settings for tonight then. I've used ISO 1600. I've done 30-second exposures, and it's the first time I've used this Sigma Art 24mm lens. So I've put the f-stop at f2.8. It's an f1.4 lens, but with it being the first time I've used it, I've just knocked it down to f2.8 just to make sure the stars are nice and sharp. I know my 14mm lens, that's an f2.8 lens, but I always knock that down to f4, just because I know for a fact the stars are sharper at f4 than they are at f2.8 because I've tested it. So first time using this lens, I knocked it down to f2.8, and the images on the back of the camera looked absolutely quality. So it's definitely paid off. I probably need to play around with lens a bit more and try it f1.4 and see how the stars look. But tonight I had like a 30-minute window that I wanted to use for a core, so I just played it safe and used f2.8. If you don't know what I'm talking about with f2.8 and f1.4, it's just how much light the lens lets in. You can like close the lens by increasing that number. I think it was like f22 or something like that. So that's not letting much light in at all. So when you're doing Milky Way photography, you need the lens as wide open as you can get it, while still maintaining sharp stars, well, sharp image altogether, really. So yeah, it's been a good day. Tiring. I'm shattered, to be honest with you now. I got at the Skelton Tower at 5 o'clock, and it's I don't even know what time it is now. It's late. But yeah, I can actually still see Milky Way. The skies are, I think, getting a bit lighter now. Definitely lighter over there to east. But I can still see Milky Way with naked eye. But yeah, my dark frames have just finished. I've just heard it click off. So yeah, that's me, all done. I'm gonna pack down. I'm gonna get home. The next time you probably see me, I'll be in Tenerife. Tenerife. Hopefully, we can get on ferry, me and Will, and do one night in La Palma as well. That's the plan. Just hoping there's going to be tickets available for us to take a hire car onto these ferries to get over. But yeah, Tenerife, La Palma. I cannot wait. So yeah, I'm gonna leave it there. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you when I see you. Tenerife. Hey, look who's here! Look who this guy is! You moon!
Hey man,
High five, my man. How we doing, mate? All right.
Good. How are
This
you
is
doing?
Starscaper. He's got a YouTube channel. Check it out.